Hey y'all, after I finally beat Demon Souls, I realized there are a few things that I wish I knew before I even started playing. And with that in mind, here are 7 tips I wish I knew before playing Demon Souls. And just a heads up, the farther down the list goes, the more important the tips become. Demon Souls has this amazing mechanic. When you first start the game, you literally cannot do shit until you've beaten the first boss, Phalanx. Now, taking down this old huntress isn't really asking much. It's a mass of flesh, and the enemies in the area drop fire bombs and pine resins, which enables you to light your weapon on fire and rain down your divine judgment all over this boss's existence. The downside is, until you've beaten this enemy, you're unable to level up, you can't visit other worlds, and the only useful thing you can do is farm for some health items and consumables. So yeah, don't explore too early. It's just not worth it. Alright, great. You've beaten the Phalanx demon, and you've opened up most of the Arkstones. Now, we need to pick a world to explore. I picked the world where COVID never hit, Elden Ring is out, and Cyberpunk 2077 was a flawless success. But for those of you who aren't in this world, the Shrine of the Storm is where you want to be. Oh yeah, and No Man's Sky did really well too. This zone can be a little difficult to start with, as it has some of the quickest enemies in the game, but it also has a few of the better starting weapons just laying around, waiting for lucky old you to come and pick them up. Weapons like the Uchi-Katana, which can be found directly behind the Vanguard Demon, and the Crescent Falchion +1, which can be found shortly after passing through the first fog gate, immediately turning to your left, and then once you make your way down the corridor, left once more. Just make sure to watch out for red eyes here. These are both amazing items to start the game off with. Now, for all you strength users out there, no need to fret. There is an incredible weapon for you here too. You'll just have to kill the first boss to get it, and kill the Flame Lurker. It's not quite as easy as the previous two, but it is worth it. Now, what's a type, and why does it matter? Simple! Each type has a specific gear that the other type cannot use. In Demon Souls, Type A represents female, and Type B represents male. So if you decide your Ancient King's Armor, which can only be used by Type B characters, is getting old, and you want to change to your Dull Gold Armor, which can only be used by Type A characters, you can. Simply walk up to the Statue of Reflection and spend a chunk of souls, and in exchange, you can change your type. That way you can wear whatever armor you want, anytime you want. But can you really put a price on fashion like this? Now thankfully, there are only 2 blacksmiths in Demon Souls. Anyone who's played Dark Souls knows why that's a good thing. The first one you'll meet is Baldwin, who constantly has a poor attitude and tells you that you're not going to last very long.
No interest, eh? I can tell you're not going to last long here.
He is located in the Nexus and will provide the most basic of upgrades. And then there's Ed, who got his master's degree in blacksmithing. He can make everything you'll ever need, and he's located in World 2, Stonefang Tunnel. Sadly, Ed will also throw sass your way.
Don't waste my time.
But once you give him the Flame Lurker Soul, which unlocks his ability to forge Demon Soul weapons, you'll quickly discover that sass is a small price for greatness. I cannot express how amazing this ring is, and it can even be obtained in World 1. At first glance, it seems useless. Very useless. After all, you're a warrior of death who can be heard a mile away because of the metal scraping on the ground as you fat roll. But the Thieves' Ring is one of the most broken rings in the game. In World 4, Shrine of the Storms, those storm beasts will fire pot shots at you because they hate you, and making your life miserable is just kind of what they do. And as annoying as that is, the Thief's Ring will lower their ability to detect you, meaning they will still fire at you, but the range and rate at which they fire will be drastically reduced. Now, I'm just using the storm beasts as an example. The Thief's Ring is also very useful for troublesome group pulls, and will even make your life easier on some bosses, like the Dragon God and the Old Hero. And if you think that's nothing, take the ring off and go wander around for a bit. There's nothing more frustrating than taking a cheap shot while you're in combat with the Red Eyes Black Skeleton over here. Awesome. So, this is probably the worst part of the entire game, and literally the reason I made this video. You cannot respec ever. At lower levels, that's clearly not a deal breaker. But when you're about to stumble into New Game Plus, where difficulty goes from 1 to oh my god, and you're stuck with 29 decks that you have 0 use for because you found an amazing greatsword that just spells destruction in the best way possible and only scales with strength, those 29 levels are just wasted. They're gone. Or maybe halfway through your first gameplay, you decide you want to be Natsu from Fairy Tail and burn all your problems away with the power of friendship. Unfortunately, that means the extra levels you put into Faith won't be doing you any good. So yeah, you can't respec. It sucks. Finally, this is the most important tip I can provide. Join the official Demon Souls Discord. The community is fantastic and always willing to help. It's also the best way to make full use of the character and world tendency mechanics in Demon Souls. Now, these mechanics are a big part of this game, and unfortunately, I can't cover most of it in this video. Still, to get the most out of Demon Souls, you'll want to experience both pure black, pure white world, and character tendency events, some giving weapons and some giving items. Joining the Discord is the best way to do this, not to mention the fun to be had when engaging in jolly cooperation. You crazy bastard! Don't hit the dragon! What are you doing? Special thanks to Hoberg, I hope I got your handle right, who helped me out in Demon Souls and let me use them as an example for this video. Well y'all, that's it. Those are my tips, and I hope they helped you. If you can think of anything that made a difference in your first playthrough of Demon Souls, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read them, and I'll see y'all next time.